Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and specifically welcome back to my playing series where I'm playing live for YouTube without the ability to cherry pick games. Today I'm going to be playing the best tanks of China, so without further ado, let's find out what they are. And to make sure that I'm not just playing premium tank after premium tank after premium tank, let's just play the regular vehicles. So this is a bit of a surprise. The best win ratio of any of the Chinese Tech Tree tanks tier 6 plus is the Type 58. However, let me tell you, this is not correct. The reason why the Type 58 has got such good statistics right now is because people are grinding it to be able to get ready for the new Chinese heavy tanks that will be arriving next week. And so, accordingly, the statistics of the Type 58 have been massively skewed upwards. And I know for a fact that the better of the Chinese medium tanks will be the T-34-1. And I can tell you that this vehicle is actually probably one of the best medium tanks inside a tech tree, tier for tier inside the game. And so if you get your opportunity to get your hands on a T-34-1, I think you should. Or at least if you make your way up the Chinese medium tank tech tree, don't sell this one. Why is the T-34-1 great? Well, it's got good turret armor and it's got a good gun. And it's not super slow. And really, in World of Tanks, that's all you need. Real big gun, decent turret armor, and not being too slow allows you to get around the battlefield and get the job done. Now, this vehicle's gun depression, it's not good. It's only 5 degrees, and so the opportunity for you to be able to hide the weak hull that this vehicle has and to only expose the rather decent turret, it can be a little bit rough. But with 370 meters base view range, not even the view range on this vehicle sucks, so you've got more than enough to be able to play kind of a scouty role. So I'm going to be using vents, a gun rammer, and coated optics here. And I've spawned in on Prokhorovka. This is a pretty tricky one, is to try and figure out what I'm meant to do. I'm not really a light tank. We can see that the enemy has got a light vehicle. But more importantly, they have a Borask as well. And because they have a Borask, it could end up being quite tricky to out-scout the west. It's an encounter map as well. I don't really feel like I have the gun depression to go up on the hill. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to park my bus, my Chinese bus, right in the middle of the map. I think it's going to be for the best. The 5 degrees of gun depression will still allow me to shoot through to the west. It will still allow me to shoot through to the east. And I should be okay with regards to that. Things that I'm really concerned about whenever I'm playing Prokhorovka is allowing light tanks and medium tanks to make their way along the bush line, along the 2 line. If they do that, really the game is, to all intents and purposes, pretty much over. But when I'm playing in a vehicle like this with not exactly the best camo, I don't have a bad crew on this vehicle, but it's not like an incredible crew. We've got to be concerned. I just don't feel like it's going to be the most sensible option for me to go after the Borask and friends down the other flank, even if there is only one light tank. So I'm thinking about having a go at this IS-6. He seems to be just chilling. Maybe I have to go for the weak point on top of the tank. Unfortunately, I get spotted by the A44, and because there's 2 artillery, I do expect the artillery are going to have a go at me. Luckily, I also have RT as well, and we managed to use our mobility to avoid the first shell from artillery. Maybe I get to avoid the second shell as well. And our artillery is really going for it. So in this situation, I'm kind of a little bit concerned that maybe the Borask is up on the east. And yeah, if I get caught right now, it could be 720 damage taken in 2 seconds. But I feel like I've also got to just keep going. So I'm just going to keep having a go in the middle. Trying to get some vision out. Trying to get maybe the occasional shot, maybe on the Skoda, but I don't want to overexpose. I feel so dangerous. I know there's going to be tanks up there and they're going to catch me. Maybe I can swing a little bit lower over here and still be able to get a shot into the Tiger 131's turret. I feel like this game is going to go on for a long while, as do most Prokhorovka battles. Oh, my team is doing a good job. Looks like my Type 64 is a fairly good player as they're managing to catch the shots. I put my first shot into the dirt, turn my turret to the side just in case I get caught. Luckily, we don't. My artillery seems to be doing a fairly good job. Maybe they're decent players. Whoa! And thankfully, the enemy artillery doesn't seem to be too decent right now. Whoa, what are you guys doing? You know how I talked about my scout? Ooh. Oh, baby, IS-6 Black Edition right through my turret. Ooh, that's not pretty, is it? That must have been the IS-6 that I was spotting down the other flank. Kind of want to go for that T-29, but also really don't want to die for it. Luckily, it looks like we don't actually have any vehicles up towards the east, otherwise I would have taken a shot by now for sure. So I'm going to swing around here instead and try and use my turret and maybe try and go after this IS-6. Maybe I can even hit this VK at the back here. This is a pretty cheeky play, as you can see. And we found out where the Borask is already, so we know that the Borask is up there. So we're going to tell our team, we're going to tell them there's a boar up there. No, it's more of a Borask really, but it'll work out. Well, okay, so bit weird that they kind of managed to get so many tanks so close to us. Our Type 64 is a little bit too far back. But you know what, if it's working, I don't really feel like I could complain right now. So with the Borask at the back of the map, my team making their way along the east now, I'm almost thinking about joining them. I'm thinking about vaulting up over here and then seeing if I can actually attack down the east. I think it'll probably be for the best right now, seeing how there's no one in the cap circle either. Maybe I'll regret this, maybe I won't. They've probably got a bunch of TDs at the back, so I'm just going to chill here for a second until I'm no longer spotted. Maybe I've got to have a go at this M44. I don't think I can get the shot through. Nah, he's just covered. We can use a third-person view to confirm that. I don't think the Chrysler is still spotting me. There could be some tanks up here, or there could be more likely some tanks over here. So I'm just going to go forwards and go and sit in this bush. I got spotted again, but that's clearly the dudes on my left. And okay, we now know there's a T-25 too. This is actually getting quite precarious now. Maybe I made a bit of a boo-boo coming up here, but maybe I'll be alright. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I'm trying to tell my team that there's actually a charioteer up there as well. Should be okay to get the shot off. That's where this tank's gun is just so nice. Really hope that my team apply some pressure to this charioteer. And look at that. DPM, reload, alpha damage, penetration, everything. There's still a dude up there. I'm going to drive towards him and I'm going to tell my team that there is still someone up there. I swear I got hit by a T-25-2 up there. I'm pretty sure I'm not going crazy. Aim time's a little long on this gun, but this is a tier 7 gun. He is still up there. I could be dead now. He's literally just chilling right up there. What a joke. There's still someone over there, Mr. 416. Found him. Doesn't look like our 416 was able to catch a glimpse, but hopefully our hill is going to dump on that T-25 too. There we go. Nice bit of spotting. Oh no, I think I'm dead. Oh, why did the Borask have to come over here? Ay, 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 ay. So, yeah, unfortunately, I told this 416 there was someone up there. Maybe I could have typed. It's a little bit of a shame, and unfortunately we get shut down. But with 1,600 assistance and 1,000 damage, you know what? It's not a terrible game. What a shame that that Borask had to come over here. I still feel like I've done enough. I'm happy with my push play down the east. Just a shame that that T-25-2 got the extra shot in. But to be fair, in that kind of a scenario, a Borask is going to maim any lower tier medium, right? Okay, so hopefully a strong start. And you know what? 2,500 combined is not bad for any tier 7 medium tank. Let's take a look now to see maybe what the best light tank is. And wow, it's tier 6, the 5916. That kind of surprises me, because while the 5916 used to actually have an autoloader back in the day, the fact that it's still doing well now at tier 6, yeah, I really didn't expect that. However, when I look at the statistics of this thing, and more importantly that it gets a pretty darn nice gun for a tier 6 light tank, yeah, and also how comfortable it is to play at tier 6, I guess it doesn't surprise me too much. And when we're thinking about what little competition there is down the Chinese light tank tech tree, yeah, I guess there's really not too much competition, right? The WZ-111, it's not a bad light tank at tier 10, but it just puts too much emphasis on its turret armor. And the Sheridan has a much better gun that I think that the vast majority of players, well, not the vast majority, but the decent players of you out there will be able to make the Sheridan shine so much more than you can make a WZ-1321. But the WZ-1321, it's not a bad tank by any means. When it was first released, it was actually the best of the light tanks. It's just every other light tank got buffed apart from that one. Okay, so we've spawned into the worst possible matchup here, but that's okay because I actually like this map, and I think that I'll be able to do some good work. So there's two ways of playing this map really as a light tank. One is that you can try and go get some vision, possibly in the center. And the second is working this kind of like G area. But I'm actually going to make my way all the way down towards the south. And I'm going to go for K0. I think K0 will be best for me. I can go work up, get into the bushes up here, activate my binoculars, and really get things going for my team. Now, if I had an incredibly good crew, I could probably get away with coated optics on this vehicle, but I don't. I don't have all of the field mods, and I don't have brothers in arms, and I don't have situational awareness and recon. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll get into position. So as I was saying back in the day, with the 5916, it used to get a little autoloader. I can't even remember how many rounds it fired now. Off the top of my head, I think it was like 4 rounds. I think it felt like it was a Chaffee that had like a 4-round gun, but maybe it was only 3, maybe it was 2. Let's just activate our binoculars and see what we can do here. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to fire some gold. Although this penetration doesn't look too bad. Is that Hellcat really pushing an OI right now? I don't know what these two are doing, but I will enjoy that. Let's go for regular rounds on the Hellcat now. I think I knocked out his engine. Oh, I would have loved it if I tracked him. Let's go back for gold now for the OI, who clearly is not a stupid player, as he's actually shooting at my bush, so well played to him for that. All of them are trying to blind fire me, aren't they? They're not stupid players, are they? Good for them. I'm going to knock down this tree just quickly. Maybe they'll think about knocking down, shooting at the tree instead. Then hopefully I'll finish off this OI and then I can start to work the Tiger. Oh, baby, this is going far too well. See, I came up here just to spot. This is actually going incredibly well. Who paid these guys to go and sit in front of me and make me look good for a live video? Oh, thank you so much. All right, well, once I've managed to make this position, I'm just going to have a little bit of a further peek around the corner. So the next play is to try and actually vault over these rocks, but I can tell you this sometimes ends up being a disaster for me. Did I just get spotted there? No, I should be okay. This sometimes ends up being a disaster for me. Sometimes these rocks just troll me, to say the least. But if you kind of like make your way along here, and then you should be able to bundle your way around, and hopefully you don't roll your tank, and then you have to kind of like wiggle a little bit, and then you're up. And that is huge, because otherwise you have to go all the way around there. Now what you can do if you're like ultra sweaty is you can actually knock these trees down like this. How did that tree get knocked down like that? I don't even understand. Okay, physics, how do they work? And the idea is that you knock the trees down like this, and then you can use them for cover to deal with who's camping in that bush. You see? And we can see that he's camping in that bush. I got one more HE shell, and I'm hoping that this shell isn't going to go wide this time. Nice, that's better. So we got that in the correct position now. And now what we can do is we should be able to drive just straight up into the bushes without getting seen. We'll activate our binoculars. Obviously, I don't want to fight the T-34-100. My team's saying they're going to help us. Oh, we spotted a Stridsvagn K over there. I don't think he'll see me if he's moving. That tank's not got very much view range, but the Borask will. And oh my sweet goodness gracious. Are you actually kidding me, Borask? I guess I should have predicted that there was a Borask in there. Oh my goodness gracious. That's 2 games in a row that were ruined by a Borask, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We literally got 2 shot in 2 seconds. Well, good shutdown, Borask. Thanks for ruining my game in my tier 6 light tank. Oh, premiums are so fun to play against, aren't they? Still, whatever, man. We did 3,600 combined in this 4-minute round. Hope my team manages to get through this, but I got a bad feeling that that Borask is going to be able to hold back all of my friends. And even worse news is it looks like our T-34-1 came out as a defeat as well. Oh, higher tier premiums. Oh, how much I love playing against you in my tech tree tanks. Let me guess, it was the Borask who won the battle on Prokhorovka as well after he finished me off. Actually was. Well, to be fair, they did get 10 kills, so congratulations to you, Super Mario. How can I be mad? It was his first Pools medal in 30,000 battles. Congratulations to the Borask, who literally shut me down and then shut down my dreams. I mean, that's a great game, right? His first Pools medal in 30,000 battles. Well done, Super Mario. You got me good. GG in your Borask. I hope that Borask from that game isn't going to end up getting 10 kills and winning as well. Okay, so light tanks and medium tanks, vulnerable to a Borask. But this time we'll play a heavy, and we definitely won't be vulnerable to a Borask. Now, what's really interesting here is the IS-2 actually has the highest win ratio. It really surprised me that the WZ-111G isn't doing well. Considering I've just played a few mid-tier vehicles, let's jump up to tier 10 and we'll play the WZ-111G as it's nearly got the best win ratio. Now, the WZ-111G is just a great all-round tier 10 performer. Go everywhere, do everything, be fast. 7 degrees of gun depression allows you to be flexible on a ridge line. The accuracy is a little bit poor, however, so you've got to watch out for that. But this is kind of like the original high DPM, higher alpha damage heavy. Now, of course, the AMX M454 is just slapped this thing and taken its crown. And of course, you also have vehicles like the VZ-55 in the game now, which is kind of a lot like a 5A, but just has that kind of like 2-round autoloader, and arguably better hull armor as well than the 5A. So it's definitely not the best time ever to be playing in a 5A, but I can understand why this vehicle is still doing quite well. 48%, it's okay with regards to its win ratio. I really wouldn't recommend it to everyone now. I think you'd be silly to not get yourself an M454. It's always sad when that's now my recommendation, right? I don't want to be a meta slave or to create more meta slaves in World of Tanks, but it feels as if, you know, getting to tier 10 is a big deal for a lot of players. And so there's a lot of credits as well. So as a content creator, I guess it's my job to make sure that I'm recommending you all to actually go for the ones that are probably going to work out the best for you. And then hopefully we'll just address the AMX M4 eventually, because at the moment it's still outrageous and I reckon it's about to ruin Onslaught. But I think they're going to be doing a big rebalancing. I'm not sure if you saw in their Future of World of Tanks video, which I covered on this channel. You can go and check that one out yourself as well. But it looks like they're going to be rebalancing a bunch of tanks, and I really hope that they also think about nerfing a few of the ones which are pretty toxic in the game, like the M454 as well. Alright, so the hill will be ours. We are on a quest to see if we are going to grind our way through Castle von Himmelsdorf, as we can see right in front of us. However, I think I should win now because, of course, there's not a Borask in sight, so we should be okay, right? We should be okay because there's no Borasks. Hooray! No Borasks, so we should be alright. Okay, so this is quite interesting that lots of players are on the hill. I'm not sure I really want to go there, in all honesty, and just sit in front of those players. I think I might just hold back here and try and provide a little bit of crossfire with the Super Conqueror. The Super Conqueror can take the part with the better gun depression. I'll take this part. Alright, a little bit of a swing and a miss to start the battle off with the 5A. Can I shoot these guys down here? No, they're behind the building. Oh, wow, what's that 5120 doing? It's losing hit points is what he's doing. I'll try and let you back. I'll try and get out of your way, Mr. 140. Are you just going to hold there, or are you going to keep falling back? Okay, let you back. Lose my hit points to the STRV, who's here. Maybe we can blind fire him. I think he's like there, actually. Yeah, I hit him. It's an interesting position for an STRV, isn't it? He's still there. I'm still hitting him. And this vehicle has some pretty scary DPM, so it's not something that you want to sit in front of. I'm just going to keep firing there, honestly. That one missed, though. I don't think anyone's ever going to get any vision on him, so apart from just taking some chances here with these shells, I got enough ammunition. This is a little bit of a shame right now. It looks like the enemy team are still holding very well up on the hill. Should we just fire another one at the STRV? Just to, oh my gosh, this accuracy rearing its ugly head. I'm thinking about pushing again. Maybe we should push again. Come on then, let's go. Uh-oh. Maybe this was stupid. Yeah, this was stupid. Just literally walked into that 5A's trap. VZ-55's trap, didn't I? It looks like he's using the single shotgun. Oh, I think I've goofed here, boys and girls, honestly. Oh, are you going to help me? Might have to try and drop back here, even possibly getting shot by the T-30. Oh, we miss. I realize there's a T-30 down there, but almost better to be here than getting slapped by all of this guy's friends. Oh no! I lose 500 hit points because of a random shell! Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't have pushed. I guess I shouldn't have pushed. I guess I should have just camped. Oh, that is frustrating. And the 5916 comes out as a loss as well. China, what are you doing to me today? It's a complete disaster, boys and girls. Well, that's what happens when you go against a platoon of VZ-55s who have all of the lovely gold ammunition. Yeah, Rip. I should have hung back. I should have chilled. I honestly was a little bit bored. I wanted to just push in and try and apply some pressure, and it didn't work out. Well played to the Borask in the previous game. Looks like Stalker XXX really stalked me in that battle. And even though we did do that 3,600 combined, finishing #1 on experience and 4th on damage in the battle, it wasn't enough to take the game down. Q. Alright, China, do something good for me. Give me a good tank destroyer. Okay, WZ-111G FT. How can anyone not love this vehicle? This is just an absolute banger of a tank destroyer. So much so that I clicked the Soviet flag instead of the Chinese flag. Okay, so WZ-111G FT. This thing is a monster in every way. It's basically like having a tier 10 tank destroyer gun at tier 9. And once you've got all the field mods, your camo rating isn't even that bad on this vehicle. This thing actually has pretty good armor as well, which is brutal to say the least. I got Vents Gunrammer Turbo and Vents Gunrammer Coated Optics, but I even wonder if I need the Coated Optics build on this vehicle. Probably just a little bit. Maybe it will change when I get the next field mod. Yeah, when I get the next field mod, I definitely won't need Coated Optics even at decent distances. It's crazy that, right? How tank destroyers these days with field mods and crew skills can just decide, oh, well, I can spot for myself fine, even without Coated Optics or binoculars, if you've got decent view range like this vehicle does have. I believe it's got 390 meters view range off the top of my head, and that's one of the reasons why you can actually manage to spot for yourself. Yeah, 380, actually, to be specific. And 380 is absolutely fine if you're using a premium consumable with a good crew to not have to spot for yourself. All right, well, the game is giving me a challenge here. It wants me to play on Siegfried Line, and I'm having to attack. So I don't really feel like this is a long view range map, so I'm actually going to go for the turbo instead of the Coated Optics. And this is where if I had the field mod, I would definitely not need to be using the view range here. And I think this map is just right on the cusp. So I think I'll be okay with the 440 meters view range that I have. So WZ-111G FT. This vehicle hits incredibly hard. It looks like a fat ISU 152, and that's because really it is a fat ISU 152. 750 alpha, amazing standard pen of 290, incredible heat pen of 395, and great HE rounds with 1100 alpha damage and 90 millimeters of penetration as well. And that's just where this tank is just truly terrifying. So it looks like everyone wants to go into the same position, which is understandable. Combine that with 6 degrees of gun depression, you've got enough flexibility on a ridgeline. Not incredible flexibility, but enough. Even with a turbo, this thing still feels like it's a little bit slow, I'm not gonna lie. So the tank also has 200 millimeters of frontal armor. And that is more than enough to be able to ricochet a very surprising amount of tanks. It's definitely not going to hold up against the tier 9s and the tier 10s very reliably, but when you end up in those juicy tier 7 matchups, yeah, things can really struggle to be able to go through this. Of course, the lower plate is still a little bit tragic, but angle it and just keep going. But more or less, the vehicle is just about out-shooting your opponents. Is that Char Future 4 really doing what I think he's doing? He's not only doing... He's done it! He's done it! Interesting how my team is pushing along the south here. I think what I might end up doing is trying to get into a bit of a crossfire here for the Chieftain prototype. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, I've got to be careful here because I don't want to end up in the alleyway. In a bit of a crossfire. And look, there's another Borask. This time, he's passing away. And this guy is just literally doing the biggest three-point turn in World of Tanks history to sit broadside out. Okay, so this game's close, and I haven't really done anything for the first couple of minutes, which is a little bit alarming. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to push in along this eastern front here. I'm going to push east along the south of the town of Siegfried Line. And as I said, this thing hits real hard, so any tank that just sits in front of this is not going to be a happy chappy. So I got spotted from the side. Hopefully I'm not going to get clunked from the side. I am going to get clunked from the side. Nice play there by the VK. I'm going to just tell this 283 that I'm going to support them. There's an AMX, AC-48, who could come around the corner and go after us, but luckily he's half health, so it's not going to work out. They've probably got a lot of TDs who are sitting up in this position. I'm wondering if I should try and go in through the town, but I don't really fancy my chances against the VK. The only way that I could do it is I drop back and maybe try to use some of the bushes over there, or maybe I could just play like a support role for some of my friends. That VK is definitely chunking us out, isn't he? Alright, well, you know what? Maybe I can. Maybe I can go after this VK then. This 395mm of heat pen should do some nasty stuff to this guy. Maybe I can even use this bush. Do I even get spotted here? I'm quite a sneaky tank. I think I can use this bush. Oh, VK. You hit me real hard just a few minutes ago, or a minute ago or so. But now, Mr. VK, now it's my turn. I can nearly go through his upper hull. What a shame that somebody randomly fires there, stopping me. Hey, I won the WZ-111G game. I'm actually going to win a game of World of Tanks today. Hooray! How funny is it that the game that I feel like I did the worst in is the one that actually ends up being the win for me. Talk about a win. I don't feel like I'm really being a winner right now. I've used up a third of this battle and I haven't even put a shot in the 111G FT. All right, well, all of those heavy tanks have now, excuse me, sorry, decided to go off and do other things. I honestly can't see a way to break into this town situation. Maybe I can go over here and try and fight with the 50 TP. Yeah, that could be good. That could be good. Now the TNH is falling back. There's just nothing really to get like an ambush shot off right now. Nothing. Oh, he says that as an STRV literally just drives around the corner into me. Oh, it's so sad. Feels bad. Oh, feels worse, man. 290mm of pen, not enough to go through the TNH's front. At least the 50 TP hit him, right? Oh, that Chieftain prototype's going to flank in a second. Oh, baby. There we go. 770 damage. This thing hits hard. It's also really fast. Well, not really fast, but pretty fast for such a big punishing tank. I don't know how the hell I'm going to win this one. I should have been more involved in the battle while it was arguably winnable. I guess I got to go over here and go after the STRV. Do you think the Chieftain comes around the corner to try and flank us? Oh, that's interesting. Alright, I'm going to go and try and get... Oh, here we go. Oh, this is interesting. This could be a one-shot 50% of the time. Yep. Good HE rounds on this thing, right? Good HE rounds. 1,100 damage. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Nearly got another one. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I like that. I like that, boys and girls. I like that very much. I like that kind of punishment in alpha. I like 3 shots, 3 kills. I like 4 shots, 4 kills. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, but I'll try. Oh, he got me and tracked me. Why would the Progetto not help? Another one bites the dust. Oh, sorry for being so quiet, ladies and gents. I think I could cut the tension with a knife right now. It's so thick. TNH will be after me soon. Oh, Progetto got the other guy. I think I've got to bundle my way through this guy. Oh no, he got caught. Wow, he's doing a good job. Oh, he got me. I think I've got to take the reload on him, though. Nice, there's one. I bounced. Okay, that's his autoloader used. I think I've got to pressure him. Okay. I can't quite find the shot around the building. Maybe I can hit that pixel. Interesting. 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 One time. No! Not like this! Oh! No, no, no. Oh, 8,000 damage and 6 kills, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Oh, I tried. I thought we could maybe make some magic happen here. Ay, 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 ladies and gents. Ay, 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 ay. Oh. Oh, that was stressful. How kick butt is this tank, you know? It was looking like it was so awful, and then we literally one shot, you know? Oh, it was wild in the end. 8,000 combined. Every single shot was a hit. Sorry I couldn't get that TNH. If only we'd managed to hit him in the turret and it actually penned earlier. I probably could have played a little bit better. No, that was close. If he'd missed, that would have been wonderful. I felt like I had to take my chances. I had to take my chances there. I gave it a good go. This was the brutal one. Yeah, looks like we just didn't hit the front of his turret there. Although it's very chancy. But when you've got this much pen, you think you can manage to make it work. I can't believe it. 1,100 and then 1,150. I thought we were about to have some YouTube magic happen there. But that is the WZ-111G FT. Why it is the best tier 9, well, why it is the best Chinese tank destroyer and why it is actually one of the best tank destroyers tier for tier in the game, I think you just saw. Alright, so we played the best light tank, medium tank, heavy tank, tank destroyer. I think we should finish this video off now with the one that everybody wants to see. And this is the most played tank in the game right now. Over the last 30 days or 60 days, I think it's been played for like 5 million battles. Everyone's playing some BZ-176. And so you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. Funnily enough, I've actually got a terrible win ratio in this vehicle. I'm only averaging 57%. Usually because this is what happens. I sign up in my BZ-176 and there is a BZ-176 platoon on the enemy team. And quite often it's hard to be able to get into the battle when that is the case. I'll still give it my best go. Oh, woe is me, WZ-111. But at least it was a valiant effort towards the end. Nearly a little bit of magic. Gosh, it's not every day you're doing nearly 8,000 damage in a tier 9 tank destroyer, right? Okay. So, BZ-176 versus a BZ-176 platoon. Where are we going to go? Well, the first place I'm going to go is this kind of like E6 area. Then I'll try and work one of the ridge lines. And then just proceed to adapt to the situation. I think the BZ-176 isn't really a vehicle which has like a clear narrative or a clear path through the enemy team. Quite often it's the kind of tank which wants to go to a position initially, but then sometimes the position can work out and sometimes the position can't work out. So the BZ-176, if you've been living under a rock, you might not realize it's got rockets on the back. Look, you activate them, you get 4 charges. Next week, there'll be a whole new tech tree of Chinese rocket boost heavy tanks that you're going to be able to enjoy inside the game. And that is the deal. That is the deal. Oh, high and left, unfortunately. Otherwise, that LT-432 would have not been long left for this world. So interestingly enough, the enemy BZ-176s are going to go and try and sit here. That's a pretty nasty position to have them in because it kind of counters what I wanted to do, where sitting up here is really not going to work for me anymore. I got to be careful these guys don't catch me. If they try and catch me, I might actually have to use one of my rocket boosts just to get out of harm's way here. But I still feel like I need to have some pressure up in this position. You've got to have at least one person up here, especially when there's no artillery to worry about, just to be able to try and get some crossfire and try to apply some pressure to the enemy team from a new position. So interestingly, the T-34-3 is over there. Not much I can really do about that for now. Luckily, it looks like our light tanks might be starting to win the hill. So I've got some serious armor on this tank, so I should really still try to have a little bit of a poke. Okay, we found the Viper. The Viper is actually a tank which I'll do better with AP than HE, because I can overmatch the whole of the roof of the Viper's turret. So these BZ-176s seem to just be chilling out in the open. The AMX is probably crying now at the fact that he's just lost pretty much all of his hit points to a single shot, but that is World of Tanks at the moment. That is what these vehicles do. That is what the BZ-176s do. So I wonder if this Viper realizes that I can catch the top of his turret. Looks like he might not realize this one either. I can overmatch you, mate. Rip. He's probably wondering, how did he do that? Yeah, I'm sitting hull down. Also, can we take a moment to question why no one shot him? But it looks like they did. Yeah, you can't expose the flaps on your Italian TD. My team really doesn't need me to go up onto the hill right now, so I'm not going to. All I've got to do is just keep doing my work over here. I might try and blind fire a Scorpion G at the back of the map, though. Where will he be? He'll probably be in that bush there. Should we see if the shell disappears? If the shell disappears, that'll be a bad omen for him. Oh! Oh! We'll have to check in the post-game stats how much that hit a tank for. If it's a T-28 prototype, it could only be like a couple of hundred. But if it was the Scorpion G, he's probably not a happy lad anymore. Probably not a happy lad. Should we give him another go? See if he's still there? No, that one's splashed, as you can see, with the big explosion. Yeah, we'll have to check. So obviously I can't just go and rush 3 BZ-176s irrelevant to what hit points they're down to. And because they're there, it's really tricky to be able to advance through this scenario. I think I'm just going to stay chilled. Maybe I can have a little bit of a poke around the corner, see what I can find. I might change to an AP shell here, just because it's a little bit cheaper. And it looks like I might actually get to see if I can ricochet something. Okay, so we know that he was like right on that rock. Nah, it won't be that high. Bit of a stupid play there by me. I didn't need to fire. Also, it's a little bit risky with there being a BZ-176 below me, so... So yeah, one of the strengths of this gun is that because it's 160mm, I can actually manage to get overmatches on turrets, and I think their BZ-176 probably knows the same thing, so he's probably trying to overmatch me as well. So where I want to go is up here, use a bit of gun depression, and maybe if I come real slowly, I can clutch shot him in the turret. But wow, I didn't realize those pillars up there actually hold you back. Alright, so I've got one Viper going in. I guess I should go and support the Viper. Yeah, I should use my boost and go and support the Viper along here. I don't think that BZ-176 will catch me. Okay, maybe I should actually hunt the low health one. Yeah, I think that's what I should do. But if I go around that corner, I swear the Scorpion's going to get me. Maybe if I still use this rock, I can shoot the BZ-176 without getting caught. It's a little bit precarious, though. Let's have a little bit of a look, see where he is. Maybe he's by himself. But the problem is like, if his friends are here as well, then I'm just going to get absolutely obliterated. Absolutely obliterated. His friends are actually going down now. Okay, there's the AMBT. That's interesting. Maybe the HWK will find the Scorpion. Such a threat. BZ-176 is such a threat, and obviously there's such a threat from the enemy players as well. Oh, looks like we did hit that Scorpion. Bit of a shame for him. Easy money. Easy money. So it looks like I low rolled. I probably only rolled for like 748, I think. Only 748 with my blind fire. What a shame. What an absolute shame. Gosh, this thing's pretty sassy. I'm playing very tight right now because obviously I've lost a lot of games today, and sometimes you can adapt your play around that. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. I reckon their BZ-176s are going to appear up there. It's going to be nightmare material if they do, but you know what, if the other one distracts, then maybe we can still make a play. Wow, he just missed. I got like 20 seconds to go in after him. I should be able to catch him in the side, but his friends could so easily catch me here as well. Let's see if we can catch him in the side. I should have this. Should have this. Easy peasy. Oh, 85. That's not the result you wanted. Alright, I got the reload on him. His 122 TM friend wants to come and support him there. Oh, you want to risk it, do you? You want to risk it? You want to risk it? You want to risk it? I might change to an AP shell here, just so I can overmatch this guy's turret. They're a little bit worried, aren't they? You can tell. They're a little bit worried. I would be worried too if I had full platoon of people coming after me. That one's there. So we can actually overmatch his roof like that. Nice. What a misplay by him. And now it's just a case of... Wow, that AMX-30 really wanted to ram that guy, didn't he? Didn't really work out. Maybe I can get a double kill here. Reboost. Oh. Oh, you can get him. You can get him, dude. You can get him. Alright. So look, from like a damage perspective, this game is actually really poor. I've only done 3,000 damage, including the blind fire. But 4 kills is 4 kills. And I finished the battle with so many of my hit points left. I felt really in control of this one. And that's why this thing is just so darn scary inside World of Tanks. It's an absolute animal of the battlefield. Just this huge derpy tank, like oppressive amounts of alpha damage you can be able to unload. And hold up, you know how I said I did 3,000 damage? I was not right. That Scorpion G actually had very low hit point. Like, it looks like I hit his gun or something, because his gun was knocked out yellow and red track. So it looks like I didn't actually hit that vehicle. So I guess this is a case of not counting your chickens before they've hatched, as I only managed to get 3,400 combined. And for any of you interested, I did actually manage to do 2,500 damage in the WZ-111G as 1,110 damage was dealt blind to the STRV-103B. So every little helps within that regard. Anyway, ladies and gents, boys and girls, those were the best tanks of China in World of Tanks right now. Nice combined today, over 4,000 combined at tier 8, very nice. But my win ratio at 40%, not so nice, but 2.4 frags a game, always good. So all in all, the Chinese tech tree, is it special inside World of Tanks? Well, there are some gems along the way, but all in all, they just feel like they're clones of other nations. And I think if I was to like omit one entire nation of tanks from my garage, it would probably be China. When I think about every single one of the other nations, they've got something that they do better than anything else. But now China, until these new rocket tanks go into the game next week, at the moment, they just don't really have anything truly special. So I can definitely see what Wargaming are planning with the new BZ-75, and I'll be very interested to see how much they affect the meta. Anyway, that was it for today. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know what your favorite Chinese tank is inside the game and why. And are you looking forward for the new Chinese rocket tanks next week in update 9.19.1? And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.